Imagine a man in his late 30s driving home on a Tuesday evening. He is not broke. He is not falling apart. He has a stable job, pays his bills, and provides for his family. But as he stops at a red light, he glances at his phone. A former classmate just posted about selling his tech startup. Another locked in a multi-million-dollar property. A third just secured a global executive title. Something tightens in his chest. It is not jealousy. It is something much quieter, a cold, suffocating whisper inside his brain, asking, "What did they figure out that I didn't?" He does not say it out loud. He puts the phone away, drives home, and buries that feeling somewhere deep. But underneath his daily routine, one thought keeps claws in his mind. I am running out of time. If you have ever felt this phantom weight, this video is the forensic anatomy of why you are not behind. You are simply building a structure that is too massive to be finished in your 28s or 40s. The paradigm shift, the fracture of early success. The modern social matrix programs you to believe that if you haven't arrived by age 30, you have failed. This is a structural distortion. Psychologists studying adult development consistently find that a man's peak competence, strategic clarity, and true purpose rarely align in his youth. The 28s and 40s are not the destination. They are the brutal, unglamorous quarry where raw materials are mined. There is a specific type of man whose internal compass is so sensitive that he physically cannot build his life on a foundation he doesn't believe in. When he tries to force himself into a standard corporate lane or an identity that feels synthetic, something deep inside him refuses to commit his full weight. So he hesitates. He steps into a career path and walks away. He starts a project and stops it. To the outside world, he looks unanchored. He looks like he is wandering. His family is confused. His peers are moving forward with blind, unthinking confidence into lives that look perfect from the surface. The famous Swiss psychologist Carl Jung called this the danger of the premature persona. When a man forces himself into a false identity too early just to achieve quick success, he creates a psychological fracture. By age 45, the early achiever quietly burns out, trapped in a life he built but hates. The man who came slower paid a different price. He paid it early. He chose the hell of confusion over the comfort of a lie. Let us look at the cold mechanics of this delay. The gap between the man you know you are capable of becoming and the reality you have actually built is the loneliest space you can inhabit. It feels like emptiness. But in the physics of self-construction, that gap is not empty. It is a high-pressure chamber. While your peers were learning how to win easy games in a rigged system, you were forced to sit with things that didn't work. You became intimate with failure. You stayed in the discomfort of uncertainty longer than most people can physically tolerate. This long-term friction changes your internal wiring. You stopped trusting the surface of things. You stopped falling for trendy illusions, empty networking, and short-term validation. Think of it as a structural stress test. A temporary wooden shed can be thrown up in 48 hours. It looks complete, it looks functional, but the moment a macro storm hits the economic landscape, it shears off its foundation. A stone fortress requires months of excavation. You dig deep into the bedrock. You clear out the loose dirt. From the outside, it looks like a massive hole in the ground where nothing is happening. But the foundation is being poured. The anchor points are being locked. The difference between the shed and the fortress is invisible at age 30. It is absolute and decisive at age 50.
The breathing staccato, the silent build. Men in the middle of this deep delay almost always go quiet. They stop performing optimism online. They stop explaining themselves to people who only measure success by the price tag of a car lease. They work jobs they are overqualified for without making it anyone else's problem. They show up for their children on days when their mental energy is at absolute zero. They execute their daily protocols in complete social invisibility. The Matrix reads this silence as passivity. They think you gave up. They are dead wrong. True authority cannot be faked, and it cannot be rushed. It is a consistency engineered under pressure. It is the man who speaks less but means everything when he does. It is the operator whose decisions are perfectly clean because he waited until he actually understood the mechanics of the game. The sovereign resolution, rewriting the ledger. The only force that can truly destroy a late-emerging operator is not the delay itself, it is the story he tells himself about the delay. If you look back at your years of wandering and call it wasted time, you poison your own foundation. You become bitter. You harden into a low-grade resentment that anchors you to the past. You must execute a total reframe of your internal ledger. Every failed path was not a mistake. It was the clearing of toxic terrain. Every year of endurance was not a delay. It was a stress test on your core architecture. Every false lane you walked away from is definitive proof that your internal compass refuses to let you live a lie. Stop carrying your past as evidence of your failure. Start reading it as the manufacturing record of how you were built. The urgency to prove your worth to a broken social system must evaporate. Replace it with a cold, deliberate focus. You do not need the applause of consumers. You need the unshakable stability of a builder. Look at your life metrics right now. You are not trapped. You are not defeated. You are simply excavating the bedrock. You are not behind. You are just not finished.